Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty. I am here with the second challenge of the month for the Counterfeit Kit Challenge group, and this time around we were invited to choose a layout from a Pinterest board to scrap lift, and this is the layout I chose. I loved all the hexagons because I've been into hexagons lately, but I actually ended up going with the rainbow theme, so let's check it out. I've pulled out these photos because I made this layout previously, and that was just the last video that I did. I am telling a 3-part story for my daughter's theater production from last year, and I am trying to repeat elements from that first layout, which is why I pulled it up here on screen, and do the same thing on this layout. And because I have stars on there, this piece of rainbow paper from my counterfeit kit, and I'll link you up to that if you haven't seen my kit build, has a starry background to it already, and it has the rainbows from the inspiration layout lift. So I'm going to go with this. Now, you saw me with the program from the play. I'm going to cut that apart because I have several of them, and I'm going to use that to create my title, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to cut it into a banner to try and focus in on just the title of this play, which is The Iliad, the Odyssey, and all of Greek mythology in 99 minutes or less. So this was very much a whirlwind comedic play trying to cover all of Greek mythology. And the kids have this running joke that it's supposed to be 99 minutes or less, but maybe just a little bit more. You can see in one of the photos that there is a clock that they had as part of the set to count down 99 minutes, and they actually had to reset the clock at intermission and start all over again because they weren't making it in 99 minutes. But that's the fun of theater and live theater, and then you get these inside jokes and things. So that's largely what this layout is going to be about, is kind of all of those inside jokes that come up. And earlier I showed a piece of paper that is a cut apart journaling squares, and I'm going to have her fill out 1 or 2 or 3 of those, and I will tuck them behind this layout, and I kind of showed that earlier. What I'm doing now is pulling out colors of papers from my kit that can coordinate with the rainbow and allow me to punch more stars so that I can coordinate this layout with the previous layout and also do this rainbow layout from the inspiration lift image. And in that image, there was a smattering of hearts mostly, but a couple of stars that followed the colors of the rainbow. So I'm going to do the same thing with a literal rainbow shape and imagery. I am pulling out a bunch of elements that I think can work to color match my embellishments to that rainbow background, including some floral pieces. I have a piece of washi tape that I tore apart into the individual heart images that I can color coordinate. I have a few flare buttons, and I'm finding enough flare buttons in enough colors that I can sprinkle them across the layout. And then I really liked that I found this blue arrow one at the last minute so that I can help point to that photo with the number 99 on it, since that's part of the focus of this layout. I cut apart some tags that I had on a cut apart sheet. I really wanted to get some of these words in there, but I didn't have enough of the right words in the right colors to go. But sometimes ideas don't work out, and that's okay. I'm just moving on. I am going to just color coordinate my stars here and my tags, and you can already see the flare badges on there. I will go in and pop some of these elements up on foam adhesive so that I get a little bit more layer and dimension to this whole layout, because this takes up a lot of visual weight on this layout, and so I want to add a little bit more to that. And I know all of this feels a little bit busy, but the show is so high energy and there's so much going on, and there's so many, like the kids each had multiple characters that they're playing, and they'd put on a name tag and they'd swap name tags throughout the show because Greek mythology is full of all kinds of characters. They had to swap and mix and match, and costumes on and costumes off, and or actually accessories. They had a base costume, and then they would change accessories for each of the characters. But anyway, I thought that this energetic, very busy background would work for the mood of this play. Now, I am popping up, like I said, those some of those elements on foam dots. And just as a general guide, part of how I go about doing this is anytime I have two pieces that are overlapping, I will try and pop one of them up. If I have something next to it, like the flare badge that is at a high level, I will try and step down those levels. So I will have that flare badge and then a foam dot under an embellishment and then something flat next to that, so that I have those multiple levels. I try to pop up pieces towards the edge of the layout as well, so that that dimension gets equally distributed across. Oh, there was that journal card piece that I mentioned earlier that I was reminding you that what my daughter will fill out and tuck behind. And then I thought I was done, but I realized I needed to add this bit of subtitle onto that photo that kind of pulls in more of the story that I'm trying to capture here with these in jokes and things. So that is this layout, and hopefully through some of these close-ups you can see a little bit of the dimension that I have going on there. And there is my little cheeky subtitle, and that will tie in more to the hidden journaling, which will get added at some point in the future when my daughter has a few minutes. So I'm curious, do you ever have anybody you know write up their own notes to go with the layout? I don't do it very often, but I'm starting to think about it more and more, so that is interesting and new for me. Drop me a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear your perspective. All right, that is it for this time. I will be back next week with more videos. Until then, have artful days.